Hey folks, Mike Dawkins from World Cast Anglers here with your Jackson Hole weekend fly fishing forecast for the weekend of September 26th and 27th. Final weekend of September. I'm out here on the Teton at Big Eddy. Quite a windy afternoon. I tried to sort of duck down here in the river bottom a little bit to keep us out of the wind and keep our audio better. But as you can tell, pretty standard late summer, early fall day here in Teton County, Idaho. Can't really see the Tetons behind me that much, covered up in smoke. It's sort of been that way since the end of August, coming from all the wildfires in California, Oregon, Washington, throughout the West. All our thoughts are with our friends in those states that are battling those fires. I think we all are in agreement that we're ready for 2020 to go bye-bye, and we're ready to start 2021. But we still have some great fishing opportunities ahead coming into this weekend. We've got some awesome fall weather coming up. I know everyone has been licking their chops for some rainy, overcast, cool days to get the baetis pumping, to get the brown trout pumping, chasing some streamers, break the waders out, maybe get a little bit of the riffraff sort of general user, summer river users off the water while it's rainy and cold, and we can get going on some really good fall fishing. We still have our fall sale going on until October 4th. We've got $1 dry flies, $1 nymphs, $1 foam flies. We also have 50% off all of our streamers, and our sale rack is 60% off. We've got a bunch of other deals in the fly shop, so definitely stop by, stock up, pick over the sale rack there, save up, get ready for the fall ahead or next season, and enjoy some great discounts there at World Cast Anglers in the fly shop in Victor. Saturday, it looks like 57 and 34, 50% chance of rain. Looks like awesome streamer and baetis dry fly fishing weather. Can't wait. Sunday, 54 and 30, partly cloudy. Looking into our 10-day forecast, it's supposed to get a little bit warmer, sunny, and dry again, but this weekend looks like prime time fall fishing weather, so definitely do what you need to do today so you can get out on the water this weekend and enjoy some great fall fishing. Nothing much really to change here from our fishing forecast from last week. It's still pretty warm, it's still pretty dry. I'm in shorts and flip-flops, it's sunny, it's warm and breezy. Great day to be out on the Teton fishing terrestrials, maybe some dry flies and things like that, but we'll definitely see some of that change with this weather coming here this weekend. Our hatches have really moved into sort of those gentleman hours of the day, 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. So getting out on the water now that the water temperatures are cooler isn't super advantageous early in the morning or late in the evening as much as it was a couple months ago or in the month of August. So look for those things to sort of come in play. I would always have some terrestrials in my box for the end of September as well as the month of October. You get some days like this where it's sunny, it's warm, it's dry, it's breezy. There's terrestrials, ants, beetles, hoppers, and everything falling in the water. So don't put those terrestrials away yet. South Fork, 6,010 CFS being discharged from Palisades Dam, 6,540 CFS there on the lower river. The South Fork is sort of in that sort of limbo, twilight zone. Is it summer? Is it fall? What time is it? We're still seeing some pretty good mayfly hatches, but we definitely need this weather change. Be ready with mahoganies, be ready with baetis, be ready with those terrestrials, as I was just saying, and I'd be all over the streamer fishing coming up this weekend with some of that cooler, more overcast weather. Fish are definitely shifting into some of those spots where they're not having to expel as much energy. They're not looking for that super oxygen-rich water like riffles and things like that. So start looking in the back eddies, seams, recircs, all sorts of those fall, winter, early spring water where those fish are going to start moving into this time of year. The Snake in Jackson, we saw some significant flow drops this week. 975 CFS there coming out of Jackson Lake Dam. 2,840 CFS on the lower river going into Palisades Reservoir before the salt and the grays. The Snake is still fishing in true late summer, early fall fashion. Got some leftover mutants. We've got the Snake Drake, the Hecuba Drake over there. Any of your gray Drake patterns in a 12 or 14 with a thin profile, low profile are going to be very advantageous to fish. Look for your mahoganies, look for your baetis, and look for some of your streamer fishing to pick up over there on the Snake as those cutties get pretty hungry and aggressive getting ready to go into the winter season. The Teton behind me, 235 CFS, 477 CFS there on the lower river. We've seen hecubas up here, we've seen mahoganies, we've seen betas. 10 to 2, 10 to 4 time frame is when things really get going out there. I'd also be fishing some terrestrials, hoppers, droppers, ants, beetles walking in here. This afternoon they were all bouncing around, and you see some flailing around on the water here and there. The Teton's definitely low, it's definitely clear. We've got some cooler water temps, which are definitely helping things out. So look for your leaders to be long, your tippets to be light. I'd fish a lot of CDC patterns. I'd fish a lot of technical sort of Spring Creek style patterns here in the sort of into summer, beginning to fall on the Teton. The Henry's Fork, 129 CFS up there at the box. When you throw in the Buffalo Fork, they're netting out around 350 CFS in the Box Canyon, 1,000 CFS on the lower river. We've had some of our guides start moving some trips up to the Henry's Fork now that we're getting some cooler water temperatures. Great reports coming out of Warm River to Ashton. Great reports coming out of Ora, Vernon, Chester, some of those things. I definitely start putting that on the radar as the South Fork starts to, as sits in this sort of limbo zone of summer, fall. We don't really know where it's at. Mahoganies up on the ranch and betas, those should be kicking this Saturday and Sunday with the cooler overcast weather. Just as long as the wind lies down, I'd be ready with Last Chance Cripples, CDC Thoraxes, CDC Biot Emergers, any of that techie Spring Creek fare with the mahoganies, and the betas up there on the ranch is going to be good. This is a great time of year to wade fish the Box Canyon. You can nymph up a bunch of fish. You probably can still fish some dry droppers, swing some streamers on sink tips. When those flows get low, a lot of those fish start to get slotted up in certain areas. I know personally some of the biggest rainbows I've ever been able to land have been in the Box Canyon this time of year, where they're a little bit easier to target and get to. The lower river, as I was saying earlier, has been fishing really well. Look for those Warm River to Ashton and some of those other areas to fish really good with betas, mahoganies, your nymph rigs with small rubber legs, small P-tails, betas imitations, zebra midges, stuff like that are going to be able to pull up a bunch of fish there too. Flat Creek over in Jackson, we've had some good reports over there, but it's getting very technical and there's a lot of people out there. That is nothing new from this summer. There's a lot of people everywhere. So be out there early, be out there late. I know that's counterproductive of what I said, but I would want to be out there early, with the first shots at some of those fish before the masses get out there. I'd be on my knees, crawling around, sneaking up on pools, all sorts of the whole head hunting game over there in Flat Creek. It's going to be tough here until we get some of this fall weather, but those mahoganies, the betas, the snake drakes, the midges, I still would have some terrestrials in my box. Be ready with long leaders, light tippets, low profile, head hunting style is the name of the game over there. And you can be you'll run into the most rewarding dry fly fishing experience that you've ever had, or you could walk away more times than not with the most frustrating experience that you've ever had. So real high highs, real low lows, just like the ranch, just like the Upper Teton or any of our famous spring creeks around here. That's really all that I have. Definitely check out the World Cast Anglers Fall Sale. It runs until the first weekend in October. We thank you for tuning in. We hope you have a great weekend and a safe weekend on the water. Bundle up, enjoy it. Fall is coming. It's coming with a firmer grasp than we've seen lately. We thank everybody for their business this summer. It's been a trying summer and a trying operating season, and we wouldn't be able to do it with our faithful customers and clients and everyone that supports us. We can't say thank you enough. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you here next week.